What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Morning Spike, where we get your football news. We talk about fantasy sports, and we're actually going to do some team breakdowns. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Martin. We got Mark down there. What's up, guys?
What up? Dude, it is here. It's here. Like here. Like I know I've been saying it's here, but it's like
For
here.
real.
Yeah. We have like a week off of nothing, and then we have real actual football, real actual fantasy stats, real actual crap talking to one another. It's great. It's great.
It happens so fast. I feel like I knew it was coming, and I've been talking about it all the time, and now I'm realizing, like, wow, after next week, it's time. I gotta say bye to my kids. I've been kissing them, letting them know, like, Daddy loves you, but on Sundays you won't exist, and Thursday nights leave Daddy alone unless you're gonna sit down quietly and watch the game with them. I've been telling them these things, preparing them, letting them know. I even bought my baby a little helmet so she can feel like she's part of things. But this is it, man. We're here.
Yeah. It's I'm excited. So, but it's crazy to see like football for some reason doesn't stop for us. Like Dynasty, if you do that, it just continuously goes. There's periodic main hit points throughout the year that we pay attention to. So when that happens, it's like, okay, it's news, but none of it has game related, but it's still news. It's still exciting. It's like the two teams we're going to talk about today. They made some moves throughout the offseason, or big, and especially one of them made big moves. So it should be fun on how these new players or new assets impact these teams.
Mm-hmm. Mark, you want to handle the comments?
Sure. We got Zion, who was first. Says we get the ball rolling. We got Nick saying, let's go.
What's up, Nick?
We got Zion, and we have so much to talk about.
We do. Wrong. It's crazy.
We got
What up? What up, Anzo?
Derpy out here, finally admitting his team's not good.
Your team has
preseason, man.
It doesn't matter. They're still going to win 10 games.
I mean, the defense alone can win 10 games, so I don't know why you're overreacting. But
no. Well, Derpy always overreacts. So
there we go. And then CD holding. Yeah, I don't want to talk about CD. CD holding out. Land out for 8 weeks. Trey Lance looked amazing.
Trey Lance has been looking good this entire preseason.
Yes,
he threw 5 picks.
And not just last week. He's been looking pretty good.
He threw 5 interceptions yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this entire preseason, though, he's been not half bad.
Trey Lance is going to be a backup quarterback, and which means that as long as you don't see him a lot, you're going to be okay.
Brian knows nothing about football.
I think yesterday was just like his first actual but the first two weren't that bad, man. They weren't that bad. And I'm not trying to defend him or anything, but the first two weren't that bad. LA did kind of bring it out, and yes, I know he did 5 interceptions yesterday, but it was like the first two. I don't know. For a backup, I think he might be okay.
I think he's going to be this. See, I don't know if he's going to be.
I'm surprised they still kept him out there that long, though. But
he's a third string quarterback. So what he's going to do? They're going to bring him in. He's going to their emergency quarterback on game days for now.
Because he still threw 300 and something yards.
Yep.
He had 2 touchdowns. One of them was a carry.
Yeah, we carried one. He had thrown a one, and he had 3 sacks.
Yesterday was probably his worst game, but the first 2 games weren't. I actually was impressed by him. Yesterday, I know it was interesting how bad it was because he also had those fumbles too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's a bad game, I guess. I don't know, but from what I'm seeing outside of the negativity from yesterday, I get it. Everybody's focused on that. But the throws weren't bad for the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, still managed to, make it happen. So I don't know. I don't want to focus too much on that because everyone's
He threw for over 66% completion rate, right? So that means he threw the ball 49 times. They kept on throwing the ball, so they all knew he was throwing the ball. He completed. He was accurate. So I don't hate what he was doing. He shows that he can throw the ball. I love Justin Fields, right? There's no way in hell he'll ever throw the ball 50 times. Like none. There's literally none. And Trey Lance ran the ball 11 times.
Which is more than most of the running backs yesterday.
Including one really long touchdown.
He's a one-man. He was 46-yard touchdown. Yeah. He was a one-man wrecking crew. So, like, yeah, they did too much. And I think that they knew he was dropping back. You know, but it's either intercepted or it's a completion. That's kind of where we were at.
Yeah. I again,
yeah,
first 2 weeks I was like, damn, he's good. And then last week I was like, what the hell is all this? So I mean, I could place him as a good backup for now. And then like Dallas Cowboys have a decent backup. That's all I gotta say.
I think so. You know, they might need to use him next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like from he was out there overworked. That's probably what I guess I could say, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes out for him because we probably won't see him for a while now.
Yeah.
So that's it until next year because I don't think Dak will ever come off the field. To be honest, like he just doesn't.
And if he does, Cooper Rush is going in.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is the most we had to see him probably, and that's probably why they had him out there. I don't know, but those first 2 games, man, you can't ignore it. He did pretty good.
Technically, you could say he threw almost 80%.
80%.
Yes. The interception catches.
Yeah.
Wherever he was throwing, someone caught the
ball. Yeah.
But this is why I believe Dallas will lose that first game. This is what I'll say. I believe they'll lose the first game because they're not going to be ready. This is not going to be because you're not going to play as a team. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That Cleveland defense is missing.
I think, kind of what Mark said. The defense is probably going to hold up. They're probably have to play a little bit harder. I don't know.
You're not worried about Bland not being there?
No, and that's the thing. Like, because we talked about this last week. And now it's like, okay, I wasn't too worried, and now like I am a little worried. And they might actually lose against the Jets, so yeah. Where if had everybody been there, maybe I would have considered, I don't think they're gonna lose to the Jets, but we'll see. I'm leaning more Jets now, so but
that's exactly what I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah. So overall, we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. The Jets. Look, we have the Jets predicted to going in, so it's fine. I just didn't expect them to. I don't know. I can't justify. I can't say it yet, really, because we've seen some crazy things in the week one. Week one, it's like, okay, here's what we have, and then the following week they're all injured, or we see the craziest things happen. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Braden. You played the Browns week 1. Yeah, that's what.
Was it Browns week 1?
Yeah.
When the hell did they play the Jets?
Yeah.
What was I
That's
thinking?
the Browns.
Hold on. Who plays the Jets week 1?
We did 3 teams on Wednesday, so that's why I remember what's going on.
Who plays the Jets week 1? All right, go ahead.
Believe.
So Anthony says
it's the 49ers.
Dynasty League, someone wants David. Oh, yeah, it is the 49ers. I should have done that. He says, someone in my dynasty wants David Montgomery for jury. Is that Judy?
Judy.
That's Judy.
I think it's Judy. Yeah.
That's Judy.
That's an interesting. I think I'd go Montgomery. I don't know.
Yeah, so I would. I
don't know if I trust that Browns passing game just yet.
I'm not trading that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
It's hard finding reliable running backs. And then you have someone who's going to be really good at running back for a guy. I have no idea what the hell they're going to be able to do in Cleveland. On offense. On defense, they're great. On offense, I have no idea. And Amari Cooper is still the number 1 guy. And Njoku's probably the number 2. So Judy's like, gotta learn, get in when he fit in. So,
at least from a dynasty's perspective, Judy is probably going to be number 1 next year. Because I don't know if they're keeping Amari.
There's so much he hasn't even given us though. He hasn't given us a ceiling. He hasn't given us a lot, and he had Russ last year. I'll keep Montgomery. Montgomery's gonna actually be reliable though, because they use him. But no, I'm not. No.
I believe Judy. Amari Cooper signed an extension. So though they tried to trade him, he still has signed an extension overall.
No, I thought they just gave him a raise this year.
So it's only one year.
Yeah, they gave him $5 extra million this year.
Okay, that makes
on
sense.
contract next year.
So he'll be out. Okay, wow, that's
why they were trying to trade him for Ayuk.
That makes sense. Okay. All right.
So he says Cowboys look scared without CD. I hope he plays.
I don't think CD plays for a while.
I don't think he does either, unfortunately.
Non-dynasty
I should get at my 3 spot for my 1 league non-dynasty.
I can do it. He cannot because he is super busy. And Mark might be able to do it. But there's no way Mark could do it right now.
Was he asking for more people?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's no way he could do it, but I could do it.
No, not right now. Not till like after November, but yeah. Any coincidence that Watson always has arm soreness after not being able to? Oh my gosh. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. They have to have him on the roster. Nobody's gonna pay that. Like, is this his last year for all that big ass money?
No, next year.
Is that
yeah. Next year, his dead cap hit is $200 million.
Because you understand,
like I'm saying, like nobody could pay it out, right? He's still
fully guaranteed.
Yep.
So he's going to be there regardless.
God, that's crazy, man. I can't believe they did. I'm going to the top 5 pick next year. My team is under 26 years old. Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. That's a nice thing to not worry about. Age. Especially Dynasty. Dynasty, like 26, 28, depending on what the position is. That could be running backs usually. Yeah. But I mean, 26 years old for most of the league is not even that bad. Yeah, but that's amazing, though.
That's the Green Bay Packers. I hate them, but that's the Green Bay Packers. The whole team is under 26.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's Judy who had the contract.
God damn it. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Jerry Judy signed a 3-year, $52.5 million contract, including $6 million signing bonus, $41 million guaranteed, 17.5.
17.5 that's a deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might have a number 1 receiver. You only paid him 17.5.
Yeah, but until I start seeing it, I've kind of given up. He's good, but I cannot see what. No.
Oh, he said I wasn't asking for people.
Oh my gosh.
All right, gotcha. We can all chat except I know he's busy. Yeah. He's Martin's been doing the shows with me and then still doing all the things he had to do. It's been nuts. It's been nuts.
Says that you got a couple openings left for the big league.
Okay. They hit me up. Let me talk.
Oh, $200 million this year, 136.9 next year.
It's because he's
72.
Because he gets paid all that money every year. So it's 100% guaranteed contract. So as long as they pay him, so it's like maybe $60 million and then another.
Just wait till 2026. It's only 72.9. I mean, that's less than Russ was. So.
Yeah, but you're not doing that, Deshaun.
No, I know.
Because I think Deshaun could still play.
I
got you, man. I got you.
Ugh. That's funny.
But yeah, man, the NFL, a lot of stuff has been going on. People getting hurt. There's been a lot of trades. I don't know what the hell's going on with all these trades before cut day. Because wouldn't you think you would wait to after cut day, unless you don't want to fight with anybody else? If that's what it is, you want to get your guy before it goes through waivers.
That's what I would do, and then also implement them on the team and figure out fitting the system on where they're at.
Mhm.
Like it's just it's interesting because roster wise, you'd have to fit them in, and then you have to cut somebody who's probably been doing pretty good preseason. And you're like, crap, dude. Now I actually got to, cut somebody I might like, or cut this unsigned rookie who could potentially be good, and then go somewhere else, and they're going to be good. So took a guy Michael Penix into my taxi squad. That's not a bad spot to have him. How long's your taxi squad? That's what I want to know.
He says,
If
I'm
you get
learning
2
from the
years,
show.
if you get 2 years, that's perfect.
For us, it's 2 years, but some only have 1 year. There's some
Yeah.
out there with 3. There's some out there with 4.
4. I saw 4 year.
Give me 4. No,
Yeah.
4 years is nuts, man.
I was like, that's longer than the average career. So
that's a lot. If I'm in a taxi squad of 4 years, I don't think I'll ever be bad because I'm just gonna hoard all those guys for 4 years and keep those guys in my lineup for 4 years. And when they're ready to be superstars, I'll just bring them up when they're at their peak and then continue the process with every year rookie until their 3rd or 4th year.
You always be ready.
I can't imagine a league out there with 4 years. That's insane. That's insane. But with our luck, Anthony's probably in that league with 4 years. Because it would be perfect for Michael Penix because 3 years from now, he could be like the main guy.
He's probably the starter with a lot of talent around him because they get to cut Kirk Cousins' salary. They're paying pennies on the dollar, basically. That would work really well for him.
Yeah. I think Michael Penix should be a good taxi guy. Just keep him there. They'll never pull him out. Why? I mean, if your roster is pretty good, just leave him there. Just leave him there. You don't need him. You shouldn't rely. If your dynasty league is relying on Michael freaking Penix, your team is already in trouble. Like, I'm sorry. Like you're in trouble if you're leaning on Michael Penix being your main quarterback. So I know that's not you, Anthony, but I'm just saying for those who are like out there with that issue.
Hey, Brooks is the perfect person. He's still on the PUP list, but I believe they're going to take him off right before the season opener. I believe he will be active right before the season opener.
Yeah. Also, rookie running backs, I don't like putting in taxi. Only because
they pop off.
In 4 years, their career could be over.
Their lifespan is pretty much good in their first 4 years. Like Brooks is one of those guys I would not have.
I don't think he's relying on
in my taxi because Brooks right now
week 7
is starting for sure. So Brooks should be like once he's healed, he should be popping off right away, and he's probably going to be competing with Miles Sanders or even Chuba Hubbard. But
the Chuba's number 1.
Right. But I think Brooks can overtake them eventually.
I think.
But the thing is, because here's the thing: if you put him in taxi, right? And he starts popping off that entire year, yes, you're going to have to pull him up and upgrade him and promote him to the roster, but you have to cut somebody. Or if you make that move now, you could do that, which nothing wrong with that. And then just put him in a taxi again. I don't know. I wouldn't. Not the first 4 years for running back. Every other position can be in there except for the running back and linebackers if you play IDB. Actually linebackers. Not linebackers. DBs. It's just because the first 4 years they pop off, and then after that we establish if they're good or not, and then they continue to play. You're like, who am I using an example? Rams, Kyron Williams. Okay, he shouldn't have been in your taxi last year. If he was, you promoted him, used him, but if you kept him there, now what? Now you're in a situation where you might have to potentially trade him or cut him because Corum's there, and now it's not the same production. You missed out on it. That's the problem with rookies in taxi.
Now you got that 50-50 split, which could definitely hurt you. Yeah.
Rookies and taxis are so hard to come by, and I hate it. I said my 2 starting quarterbacks are Stroud and
Purdy.
You got no problem there. As Mark was saying, you have no problem there. So at my
All
three
right.
spot, who should I get? If it's a super flex tight end premium, Josh Allen or Hurts. And if I can get Josh Allen, I'll try and get Kincaid as a stack. But if I don't, then I just want Hurts. Who would you get?
I'll go Josh Allen,
I would still go Josh Allen.
no matter what. I think this year with Josh Allen is going to be special. He's going to be able to. He's going to throw for a lot. He's going to run for a lot. I think he's going to be an everyman this year. I believe he wins the MVP this year. If we're doing preseason awards right now, I believe Josh Allen is MVP. Last year, I said Lamar Jackson was going to be MVP because it just made sense for the way the team was going. He fell into it, but it just made sense. Josh Allen should be that guy this year. There's no doubt in my mind. If they make the playoffs, if the Bills make the playoffs, it's all because of Josh Allen.
Yeah. There's no way around it. The defense is atrocious now, and clearly they lost. He's lost so many weapons. We covered them last week. I got those three teams so mixed up between the Niners, Bills, and Cowboys. And the Ravens. We slammed those all basically in the last 2 weeks. So the Bills have only Kincaid, Coleman. That's pretty much for like the most reliable ones. So that's pretty much it.
I agree. That's it. So I might just trade David Montgomery for a second round. I have Gibbs on my team too. But I feel like that's the hand. I almost feel like those are two RB, like top tier RBs, because last year they both produced. Gibbs doesn't have to run the ball to be a viable option. Right. He's going to get the ball in the out of backfield, pass catching. And then Montgomery still is going to run the ball and get touchdowns. So I wouldn't be surprised if they both get close to 1,000 yards. And plus they both have altogether over
hamstring.
But for a second, I'll do that.
In a dynasty, I would.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I would. Give me a second. That's the most value you can get out of David Montgomery right now.
Well, it depends on what I have. I think it depends on what I have at running back room, because I don't know if I have nothing. And I'm trying to win, but he said he has a young team. Maybe you're trying to lose anyway.
Think Gibbs is going to be like his main. Like, I'm sure he has other running backs, but if he's offered a second, I would do it.
You think they have more than if you have Gibbs and Montgomery?
I think Anthony has more than just Gibbs. Like, I'm pretty sure he has like 3 other ones.
Man.
Just for Brian's sake, Anthony, what are your other?
Let me know what you got. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to have other running backs. I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know to not get rid of his main top 2 or 3 running backs, one of those top 3 running backs that he has on his team, and not have at least 4. I'm saying he probably has 5.
I'm going to think that his level, he probably has a lot of number 2 guys or like backup guys. And when you get rid of David Montgomery and you got all backup guys, that's
we'll see what he has. We'll see what he has. I'm pretty sure he's going to.
He's going to watch him say like I got like probably like Saquon Barkley.
No, I don't think so.
He said, never mind. Next topic. I got backups. Yeah, he has backups.
Yeah. It's gonna be like I got Barkley and McCaffrey.
No, he has like Charbonnet and Al Jair.
He has Al Jair and Charbonnet.
Yeah. So that's I don't know.
So yeah, so you only have 4?
Yeah, 4 and 2 which are really not starting.
Never mind then.
You can't.
And 2 of them are on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude.
Sometimes you might even go in just all Detroit back your backfield.
Damn. Yeah, no, that I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
All right, let me round up all the news for the NFL this week. So we were just talking about off stream how the Rams will let Earnest Jones before to seek a trade, which is crazy because he's probably their best defensive player after losing one of the greatest defensive players of all time. And they're gonna do this now. Aaron Donald's gone, and you're gonna tell Earnest Jones go ahead find a trade. I think that's nuts. I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
I don't know. He's their best linebacker, and he's probably one of the best in the league. He's earned that spot, man. I don't understand why they would do this. I don't know. I don't know.
You know what it is? It's probably he wants to be paid like a best linebacker. Because I'm looking at a ranking right now. He is 4th in the league right now. He's ranked number 4 among linebackers right now. So he probably wants to get paid like that.
I think what they're letting them talk to other teams, which kind of seems like it. Like they're going to see what he can get.
Mm-hmm. Gauge his market value.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And see what profit they can get out of it, because I mean, linebackers they're just getting moved right now. Like, didn't the Seahawks just trade for 1 too from the Bears or something like that?
So the other way around,
or the other way around.
So the Bears got the edge rusher from the Seahawks. 2020, he was a second rounder in 2020, and then the Bears got defensive tackle too. I was like, man, all right.
Yeah. Imagine if this news came out, it would have been Ernest Jones to the Bears.
That would have been nuts, because we wouldn't have. How many more linebackers can you put in that backfield? Like,
yeah, but you guys love your linebackers. I don't understand.
I don't know. You plucked them like Infinity Stone.
That's what we do.
I don't know. I can't see him moving though.
I think what you're saying is right, that they're gauging market value to know where they're going to pay him. Are they going to give him $18 million contract? Does he have to get a $19, $20 million contract? Or could they save the money by getting a $17 million contract? And that saves $3 million that might provide them another player later. Yeah. Remember, they just had to give Stafford more money.
Yeah, no, and the way they run their team is so weird. Like, I think that was the first round draft pick they've had in so many years, and then they kind of build off free agency, and they always like it seems like, is it me or that the Rams always build off of old dudes? Like it's never like really young talent. If they do draft young talent, they don't know how to draft worth crap. So
they haven't had first round pick for such a long time, because Stafford, that whole pick was going.
Yeah.
That was only first rounders.
Well, even before
Aaron Donald.
No, even before that, they used to give.
They had like 8 straight years of not having a first round pick.
Yeah. Wasn't Aaron Donald the last first round pick?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what
he just retired.
Until this year. Until this year.
They run like exactly. They run their.
What they do? They got defensive guy.
I don't know why they run their team the way they run it. It's weird. They just don't. They're like the G Money of our league. They just trade their first like candy. I don't get it.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl. So. I don't know G Money.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you mortgage your future sometimes to get what you need, what you want. You know?
Yeah, but I think next year they have actual full picks. They have 7, but none in the 7th or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if they seek anything higher than a second, great. I just don't see him moving. I'm not even worried. I don't think he's leaving. I
mean, you might be right. So I'm hoping that you're right.
No, he ain't moving. I'm not worried.
Is it
what, 4 running back, 8 receivers? Okay, yeah. If you have 4 receivers, no, you just keep your 4. Just keep your 4. If you go anything under than 3, I've seen some magic happen, and a team goes to the playoffs with 3 running backs. I don't know how, but they make it. But that's, if Montgomery goes down, you have Gibbs. That's good. But the other 2 are RB2s. Aljair is going to produce, and Charbonnet is going to produce. But again, they're not like going to be league winners. So they could be on some weeks if the other running back gets hurt. Like if Bijan goes down, Aljair's going to kill. Yeah. If Walker gets hurt, Charbonnet's going to have an amazing week. Like those 2 have potential of like great weeks, but that's got to be on the case of an injury of the main like RB1 there. And so you're not in a bad situation here with those 2, but at the same time, like you're getting rid of one of your options. Monty and Gibbs kind of work well together. I hate that they are on the same team, but it is what it is. I wouldn't do it, Anthony.
But you can get points for both of those guys. Literally, there's gonna be 12 games this year, but both give them touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's just how it works with them.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now, and it's literally from like last Sunday. I checked it, and then I haven't checked it since last show, Sunday. So I'm looking at it now.
Design says, "I'll take 17 million contract and show off my skills." But if he's already the 4th-ranked linebacker, doesn't that mean he's already shown off his skills?
Exactly. So you're going to have to pay him one way or another,
right?
Yeah.
And then speaking of the Rams, how do you feel about Zappy getting traded there?
Good for them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what happened?
I like the guy.
Is that Zappy to the Rams?
I don't know.
I didn't see
I
that.
don't care for the guy. He sucks.
My Golf was their last first-round pick. It was Golf.
Okay.
I mean, Stinson been any better either. But if he's going to the Rams, he's going to the Rams. I thought he was.
Dude, I played.
And then the year before was Gurley. Oh my God, Gurley.
Yeah, no, they draft so weird, man. I don't get it.
It's all right. Let me just switch myself back.
It's so weird though how they do that.
Yeah.
Everyone says they can go out there and play football. I played flag football yesterday for the first time in 5 years, and I've never been more sore in my life. I work out all the time. I lift weights all the time. I juggle the treadmill. Moving and getting hit and doing all that stuff is different. You don't think you can get off your couch and do anything. There's nothing that you can get off your couch and do. Just let you know.
My gosh, dude. No, hold on. Bailey Zappi is still with the Patriots, is he not?
Yeah, so he's saying, do you think that the Rams will want him? And I think that the Rams just wait till the offseason because Stafford's probably got 2 years left in him. And next year, there's going to be about 5 or 6 QBs that are starter level QBs that will be available. So why would I do anything right now? I know Stetson Bennett is not the answer. I'll tell you that much. But, Jimmy Garoppolo's probably going to come back week 2. And, you'll be fine for this year. And then the year after that, the Rams is going to look like they always do for the old guy in the room, and they will sign him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Rams, I can't speak for the Rams. Like you said, they are weird as much. Like Green Bay I used to put them in the weird category, but now I'm starting to see how they run their team, which is weird. But it's not as far as weird as the Rams. No, I don't.
The Rams don't believe in draft picks.
Let them do their thing. Zion, you do what you want, man. I don't care.
You can buy me.
Yeah. Mark will do it.
Yeah, the Rams are Rams.
So the Rams are going to Ram. That's just what
the Rams are going to Ram.
I can't say what they're going to do and what not they're going to do. That team is getting older and older, and I don't see it getting any younger and at all. The draft picks they make is interesting to me that I have to see when the hell they're going to do whatever they're going to do. I don't know. But the roster right now looks good.
It does. Breaking news, Mike White has been cut from the Dolphins. So they are going with Skylar Thompson as their backup. Mike White is now on the trash heap and can be taken by anybody.
I think the only one who's old on the Rams is Stafford because their average age is 25. Just throwing that out there.
No, it's Stafford and Garoppolo. Those are the only two old guys.
Yeah. Their average age is 25.
How?
I was going to say defense, they're really young.
So is that what it is? Is that the average? Because I'm looking at Cup as well, and I'm like, he's not.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Cup. I think other than
well, they got 50
other guys.
They have 50 other guys that are all 24 or below.
they're the second youngest team in the NFL.
No, the Lions and
Green Bay. Green Bay is the only youngest, and the Rams.
Their average age is 25.4. Yeah, Green Bay is 25.2.
I can't believe that. No way.
The Bears.
I'm looking at the Lions and Green Bay. I see those are two of the youngest ones.
They have some old guys there too. You know, so the NFC North have a lot of have a very young whole division, but like there's like one or two guys on each team that kind of drags down the rest of their ages. Like the Bears got Mercedes Lewis. He's like 1 billion years old. So like, you know, it drags down to 26. The Lions have David Montgomery, who's not young anymore. I mean, these guys are 30, you know.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is 29, 30.
29,
Mm-hmm.
30, yeah.
So like they have some guys that just are dragging their ages down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The oldest team in the NFL is the Saints.
Of course.
27.7.
The team that likes to kick you down the can down the road. The can.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Said Braden says the Colts are the youngest, then the Raiders, Packers, and Rams. So the Colts and Raiders are in the AFC. The Packers and Rams are in the NFC. So that's
still
says as of August 30th.
That's still
that was 2023. That was last year.
So my list says the Browns are the oldest.
Yeah, that's from last year.
I
just realized it was from 2023. I guess I should get more up-to-date info.
All right, real quick. Say the Commanders are finalizing their plan to release their Sean Taylor statue. So
yeah, only took way longer than it ever should.
I mean, by most people, he is the most talented safety that has played in the last 30 years. Not necessarily the best, but the most talented one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hardest hitter.
He would have been the best if he was able to play on this.
Well, who's the best? Ed Reed. And guess who was in front of Ed Reed? Sean Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, they both played together in Miami. Yeah.
So he probably would have. If he could have had a long career, he probably would have ended up being one of the best. I mean, Ed Reed is probably the best right now. So that just says a lot right there. He says, I was never on his same level.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin loved Russell Wilson yesterday. It looks like he will be the starting quarterback for the Steelers.
Well, that we already knew.
He was 2 for 2. Talk about he did anything. He did nothing. But
we that already knew. No matter what the outcome of both these quarterbacks preseason was, he was going to be the starter no matter what.
You always start them at the beginning of the year, and then you see what it goes.
That's
I say they start 1-4, then they change. So, once again, Canales was talking about Bryce Young having a great day. He did have a really good day. I saw it was like 6 of 8. It was very brief. He wasn't out there long, but it led him to a touchdown right away. I think it was 70 yards. The dude was good. Bryce Young is not bad. The Carolina Panthers are bad. So I think Bryce Young is continuing to develop. Don't be surprised that all of a sudden in year 3 he takes off. So
a little bit more production than what he's been doing. Yeah.
If you put some talent around him, maybe he can actually do something. So
yeah.
You know, that was one thing. We already talked about Bland being out 6 to 8 weeks. Harbaugh loves Herbert, and he thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. So, you know, and going in, that's his crush. That's his NFL football crush. So that's basically all we got going on besides the 3 games today. Tennessee goes to New Orleans at 1 p.m. Central, which is 2 for Mark and like 11 for him, or 10 for you.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah.
Good Lord. And then Arizona gets Denver. That's 3:30 for me, 1:30 for him, and 4:30 for him. And then New England and Washington is the last game of the preseason on Peacock tonight. I'll probably be checking that one out because once again, I think Washington has more talent because I like Jay Daniels, seeing him. So we get to see what the second and third quarterback that was drafted, third overall pick in this year's draft tonight. I think they play a series and then they sit the bus down. So that's all we got for the rundown, guys. And that means that we need to get into our team breakdowns. So I think that that's what we'll do right now. We'll get into those things. We're going to start with the Texans, and then we'll go right into the Browns so we can kind of knock this out for you guys because we don't want anyone here when the game starts.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're starting with the Browns? I thought the Texans.
Yeah, Texas. We're going with the Texas, then we'll go to the Browns.
Okay. Let's go. So Texans, what can I say? Texans. Probably have the brightest looking team. Like they have one of the, from what established from the Deshaun Watson and everything that's been happening the last couple of years, everything's been going on horrendously. Up until last year, there's a little light at the end of the bridge, and then they actually made something of it with getting a new coach who's I could say he's a rookie head coach, DeMarco Ryans, with alongside a new rookie QB. So everything was like, well, let's see what happens. We know CJ Stroud's good. Well, luckily, they got CJ Stroud because that should have been Bryce Young, to be honest. If the Panthers would have won it for CJ Stroud, we would have seen something different. But they made the mistake and let the Texans grab him, so good for them. What did they do? They went 10-7 on their first year, which is very good. And then they went to the playoffs and they spanked the Browns 45-14, which is holy crap. Being in their first year as a head coach, that's going to hold that stature now because you're supposed to do that again with more experience. Mm-hmm. So then they go to the following game to Baltimore. They lost it. It is what it is. But going into the offseason, they made probably one of the biggest moves alongside with what the Bills did. They got themselves Stephon Diggs and also Joe Mixon. So they made two big trades for two, probably at the end of their careers, but still good enough to hold up their own and make a good impact on this team, which only improves this chances of making the playoffs again. Also, they signed Daniel Hunter to a 2-year, $49 million contract. So Hunter did really good on the Vikings last year, so I expect them to do awesome. I don't expect the Texans to do horribly last year. And then after that, going into the draft, they had in the last 3 years it was Stroud and then Will Anderson, and then the only reason they didn't have their first round draft pick is because of Will Anderson trade. They traded up to get him, which. In that case, coming into this draft, they didn't have a first round pick, but that's okay.
No, but they
did. But then they traded back then.
They traded
Will Anderson. Yeah, they traded.
No. So going into the draft, they had a first round pick. They traded that first round pick to get second and third
to the Vikings.
Remember? So the Vikings had those two picks, and we thought they were going to trade up to go get a quarterback, and they didn't have to. So the Vikings ended up with two picks.
Right.
But they actually traded that pick just to the Vikings. Not
where I was going with it while trading another first round to this year for the Minnesota Vikings. I was going.
They still had the Browns first round pick.
Yeah, I was.
That's what he was going to say.
And I was about to say that, but thank you. Whatever. So yeah, so the Vikings did swap the dealer earlier this year, before the draft. So go ahead, just name off the rookies then.
Since we got him in Martin's way for that thing, we could just let him finish. But that is all right, whatever. So the Texans went and got Kamari Lassiter, which is interesting because he's the only one of these rookies that are actually slated to maybe start. He's a cornerback. Then they went and got Blake Fisher at tackle, Kalen Bullock at safety. I think this is a pick that we both love. Cade Stover at tight end. That's going to be perfect for them to go ahead and just take over for Dalton Schultz as he gets older. Great job. Great pick that. Then they got Jamal Hill, a linebacker, Jawar Jordan at running back, Solomon Byrd at edge rusher, and they had Marcus Harris as an inside defensive guy. And when you look through their depth chart, besides Blake Fisher, they don't have any. It's Blake Fisher and Lassiter, and that's it. No one else is in the top two. Everyone else is these talent guys are third string or below because they have so much talent on this team, which is crazy. I don't know. What do you expect from them, though?
From the first three picks?
Yeah. So Kamari Lassiter, I think he starts.
No, he's going to start. Blake Fisher probably will start too. And it wouldn't surprise me if Kalen Bullock also starts too.
Well, so Blake Fisher's behind Laramie Tunsil. So that's why I was surprised that you got the left tackle there. But if Laramie Tunsil ages out or wants a crazy contract, you just say goodbye.
I think he's going to play eventually. I think he's going to play. I think Laremy Tunsil, because Howard, even if they put him at right for this year, Howard isn't. I don't think Fisher's good enough. I think he could play right.
But I think he's always a left tackle. And
I understand that, but
yeah.
I don't know. Jeremy Tunsil.
He was ranked number 4 around of left tackles last year.
I don't think you play him over Jeremy Tunsil though. Either
You can't.
they have.
Like, you can't. So that's what I'm saying. So Blake Fisher might have just to wait a year. It's crazy because I mean they got that young center. So building a line, you need a great left tackle. You need a good right tackle. You need a stalwart at center, right? That grows with your quarterback. So getting Juice Scruggs, what we talked about last year, was a phenomenal pick. So they already have those 3 things. So I know that guards are okay, but I think guards are interchangeable.
No, Mason and Green are pretty good. I just think that you could. I don't know. You could probably try him at right. I haven't, I don't know.
No. So I was looking at it with Blake Fisher. So what they said specifically is that he had the best overall camp from all their offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
But that he's more comfortable with having his right foot up than his left foot up.
They might just be planning for the rest of the future. And they're probably not going to sign Jeremy Tunsil.
That's what I think. I think they you let Laramie go, and you let him go because you don't have to pay him any money. And Blake Fisher is now 4 years of having him for $6 million. Why not? Instead of paying or for $3 million, instead of paying him all that money, you got that $3 million instead of 20. Now you can spend it on whatever, and now after you have to pay CJ Stroud, you don't have to pay your left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I still think he makes his way in somehow, somewhere. He's, I don't know, towards the end of the season, throw him at right. I don't know. Blake Fisher is really good. I like him. Watching him playing Notre Dame is just like, he was kind of unstoppable, to be honest. Like, nobody got past him, really. So, we'll see what they do. But overall, that line is good.
Yeah.
Like, Stroud should be really good.
So when you have a good offensive line, you have good offensive weapons, and a good quarterback, what else do you need?
Well, they got the talented receivers, and like that offense is going to be hot fire.
Yeah,
it really is. I don't see anybody stopping this offense like easily.
Yeah. But their defense is good too. That's so when you look at and you look at Daniel Hunter, you look at Will Anderson, right, at those edge rushers. That's amazing. You're not rolling out on either of those guys. I think Mario Edwards used to play for the Bears for like a long time. He's more of a defensive end than defensive tackle. So maybe you run at him, but you're not going on the outsides.
Yeah,
I don't know. And then Aziz Ashir has been killing it at linebacker. So I really don't know where the hell you go.
Yeah. Overall, though, like that offense again, good. But when you talk about the defense, you got Anderson, Edwards, Petoskey, and then Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the line itself. Like, it's already good. Aziz Al-Shaair, I think, is going to be probably one of the best linebackers this year.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other, like, stat-wise, I think he's going to be the main. Like, as long as he's healthy, Aziz Al-Shaair is going to put up numbers this year. Henry To'oTo'o is not going to be all that. To'oTo'o, he's good, but I don't think he's the next level good. Christian Harris is the one who I expect to elevate his game this year. They're going to rely on him a lot to be the next future because he hasn't had his chance until now. For once, he's actually going to get started. I've liked him when he was in Alabama. So, for being in the league already a year, sitting behind two other good linebackers, I think it's his time. So this defense, I want to say it's top 10 easy, top 5, probably close to it.
What you got for the defensive backs, Mark? What do you think about that defensive back?
I saw something that said after what he did last year, going from his rookie to his sophomore, that Stingley could be one of the top corners in the entire NFL. Challenge Sauce Gardner for that number 1 spot. And then obviously you got Ward at safety. Like that secondary is nothing. Obviously, like you said, Kwame Lassiter's going to be starting on the other side now.
And then Petrie.
Who just had that pick 6 against Daniel Jones. Like, it's insane, like how good this defense is.
They have a very big depth. They have CJ
Henderson. You got Jeff Okudah
on the bench.
CJ Henderson on the bench.
So these are all guys are on the bench. Yeah, like, Henderson, Eric Murray.
That's what I said. Jeff it's Okudah. Like not even fair how good their starters are, but you can put their backups in, or they can have an injury, and you're like, yeah, they're not going to speed. It's fine. No, it's like they could lose their top 3 receivers, and you're like, yeah, their receiving core is still good with Robert Woods, Mechie, and Noah Brown. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah,
like how good they are and how deep they are.
Yeah,
I'm excited for them. I really am. I think they could make it far again. I think they're going to get further than what they did last year. Like, yeah, they'll probably be going to put wild card again and win it again, and then I think they might, depending on who they face. Like, if it's the Ravens, oof, that sucks because that's just 2 years of just continuously repeat. Like, that would really suck for them.
You got their schedule. Because
the Texans are so exciting that JJ said he might come out of retirement. So.
Yeah. He did say that.
He did say it. He said, "Hey, give me a call. I'll be there."
Crazy. But overall, what do I think about this offense? It's good. It's going to be a high flying team that's going to soar. Like, even Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce are going to be a really good 1-2 punch. They even got freaking Cam Akers in the depths that they could probably use up, and I don't know. It's interesting to see what they do. Defensive wise, I think they could be top 5. I think they can top 10 for sure. This team's gonna be unstoppable. And let's just take a look at the schedule because I don't think a lot of these teams are gonna be able to handle what they do.
I forgot Bobby Trees is on the team too.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. What the hell?
Robert Woods is the number 4 receiver.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
and you got John first round pick Mechie is the 5th receiver.
Xavier Hutchinson's been killing it during this entire preseason too.
I think those 3 are higher than Robert Woods.
Yep, Bobby Trees is the 3rd string wide receiver right now. Big Skoranek is on this team.
They got some depth on both sides of this. The speed is their screw. Like, skills position, they got depth, man. I don't see them stopping at any time because of an injury, because of a main skills position getting injured. I don't see them getting. It's not going to affect their reflection on how their games go. If Diggs goes down, that's fine. One, if Dell goes down, the other 2 are there, that's fine. Because why? If Hutchinson or Mechie's going to step in, like I just don't see them lose. Like, even if a DB goes down, okay, that's fine. Like, it's just we'll wait the 3-4 weeks, whatever he needs, because we have more guys. It's crazy. I can't say this about other teams.
Hot take. I'll say this: CJ Stroud could go down.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Now that's different.
Mills look pretty good in preseason.
I think they could survive 2 or 3 weeks without CJ Stroud.
That's depending on how drastic the injury is, because I don't see Mills going to the playoffs.
No. But for 2 or 3 weeks,
possibly.
Okay.
Casey,
like if he's out 4 weeks, they go 2-2 with Dave Mills. That's a win.
Yeah. So.
But I think the only one position I would say I'm kind of worried about is just running back, because if Mixon goes down,
you got Dameon Pierce. I think Dameon Pierce is great.
No, he struggled.
And Agumba Wale and Cam Akers.
I think all 4 of them make the team too.
Yeah, I think that if Mixon misses 2-3 weeks, I think like I said, the pace won't stop. I don't think so. I don't
That's
think the
not
pace of the
fair.
team won't stop. So
It's not fair.
Schultz goes down. You got,
it is what it is. I still think that they'll be just fine. Okay, all right. So week 1 they got the Texans, and then week 2 they got a home game
Colts.
with
the Colts. They are the Texans.
got the Colts, then the Bears. Sorry.
Mhm.
Week 3 the Vikings. Week 4 the Jags. Week 5 the Bills. Week 6 the Patriots, and then you got Green Bay, Colts again, Jets, and the Lions, Cowboys, Titans, Jaguars, and then a late
Really late. Wow.
bye week. If they can survive the first 14 weeks or 13 without any big major injuries. Now I understand, if they lose one, that's fine, but that is a long season before any downtime. But the good thing about this is having a late bye week is you've already established your season. You already know if you're going to make it or not. Because these next 3 teams, they are not easy.
Nope.
Mhm.
But then in week 18, it's an easy one, and you could probably not even care about that one. But
Not only that, we got Saturday to Wednesday.
overall, these next 3 teams after the bye week are going to be tough for them, and it's going to be the moneymakers, really, because at those time it's going to be like, are we making the playoffs or not? And if they beat one of these 3 teams, I think they have hope and good chances to making it for sure, which I think they're going to make it anyways, regardless. But in the playoff teams, I think one of these teams are going to meet them again in the playoffs. So overall, how many teams or how many wins do you think you got?
I have the Texans as the second ranked team in all AFC.
Okay.
I think they win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to say 12.
Yeah, I'm at 12 too. 12, maybe 13.
So I can see a 13th, but
Yeah.
I'm saying 12, but I see a 13th. I see a pathway to 13 easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I say 11. Maybe 12, maybe. I say 11. So
stick with where you
maybe
at.
12, but because the 3 teams that are here that are like worried me, like the Lions are good. The Cowboys are good during the season. And the Bills can be good, but again, I don't think they're going to be that good this year.
Yeah. Here's
like
the thing.
Josh Allen is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now.
Josh Allen's still
the
that
issue.
guy.
The
Josh
Bills
Allen's
is the biggest question here.
Mm-hmm. If they beat the Bills, and I think they win the Battle of Texas, because I think that's a big game for them. Not as much big for the Cowboys, but big game for the Texans and for themselves. So if they beat the Cowboys and they beat the Bills, I think there's 13 games. That's what we're saying. But I think they win. They can win both of those games, and then we end up with 13 wins.
It's a possibility, yeah. I'm gonna stick with 11 though.
I'm at 12 still.
Okay.
We're saying what I said.
Mark's at 12. See, Zion's coming in with 11.
I'm at 12 with them beating the Bills.
So, okay.
That's
so
11 and a half.
So 11 and a half.
Like, I think Josh Allen will put up numbers. I just don't think that defense is a prayer in stopping the offense.
No, and that's the thing. But Josh Allen makes magic happen towards the end of the freaking fourth quarter, which is just insane. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And that's why I don't watch the beginning. Like, Mark, you know this. I don't watch.
He said we're just sticking a half
of Josh Allen. I do not watch him. He is the most. Trust me, I just avoid it. I've learned this since his rookie year. He just doesn't. He makes you worry the first half of his game. All right, so let's put this up.
Would you be surprised if they started 7-1?
No, because I haven't started.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they win 7-1. And the Packers would be that team that beat them.
That's exactly what I had.
That's
Only
exactly
because it's in
right.
Green Bay. Only because it's in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But it's October 20th, so it could be a nice day in Green Bay.
Mhm.
But that's the only team I'm seeing that
Mhm.
can probably beat them. Honestly,
Yep. I
Yeah.
had them losing to Green Bay, but it's because it was in Green Bay. If it was in
I have
Houston, I
them
probably
already
would have
losing,
gone.
yeah. Let's see. Let's leave them at 11.5, right?
Yep, 11.5, 100%.
Okay. Let's go with white, an outline of blue. And they are right here. Okay. All right,
So what
11.5.
So basically, we have them as the third ranked team in the division. I mean,
And you just said you had
conference.
second. You didn't
I
have
have them at second because I have them at 12, and I have the Ravens at 12. So I think that they win a tiebreaker, but that's just me.
No, that's not bad. I mean, they're up there. They're the highest ones from our team, besides the Chiefs at 13.
Yeah.
So, the Jets and the Dolphins are not that far behind. But again, those teams I have them losing to, which is crazy. So,
but they could win. I mean,
that's the thing.
more
Those last
talent.
3 games or last 4 games, besides the Texans, those last 4 games, Chiefs, Dolphins, and who else? Was it the Ravens? No.
Yep. I think they beat the Dolphins in tough games against the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just see that, this team are going to be dangerous for the next handful of years.
Agree.
Because they're all pretty much almost all under contract, I think. They're all
Yep.
pretty much young, so I don't know yet. But yeah, so we're missing in the comments. Sorry guys, but usually when we do these team breakdowns, we just kind of roll through it, but we'll catch up right now. So 11.5, there it is. So what's up, Diggs? Diggs coming in. You want to rate my Dynasty Superflex IDP startup draft? Probably not today. And I just looked at freaking Discord and holy crap.
So
Anthony,
Discord.
Yeah. So I need to check on it more. I checked it last week. I've been checking it once a week, so I've been checking it every day like I usually do. Falcons top 8 defense.
I'll say they went for me, they're at like 16, and now with this trade, they're going up to my 12. I think it's a 4 slot trade. I think it's a very good one. I think Matt Judon being able to put pressure on them.
They're good.
A huge upgrade. Their defensive line overall still worries me.
But they're still good. Despite how old they are, they're still good. But again, it's just a hot take, though. It's just
I got them at 12. So I'm not
AJ Terrell got a contract extension.
Yeah, I
know. But yeah, I think 6-2. Okay.
I got you.
Okay. So, all right, let's transition to the Browns as we go from the Texans to the Browns. Anything else on the Texans you want to say?
It's going to be fun watching them this year.
It really is. It really is. I think they have enough key pieces to be a dominant threat for the next couple of years, up until contract negotiations with their star players. So enjoy Stephon Diggs while the time lasts. He's going to be gone here after next season, probably, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but Nico Collins and Tank Dell, they're going to work out something. The line is also getting upgraded slowly. And if it's not already good, so it's going to get upgraded because they have guys just sitting there waiting to come in. So same with the DBs. Linebackers, I think what's just crazy, I think linebackers and the D line is their worst spot. And they're good.
They're the inside. Their inside linebacker, inside defensive tackles are the only thing you could almost worry about because they're not dominant. But the outside guys are dominant.
Yeah.
So it's like
you got Aziz Al-Shaair sitting right there in the middle.
Linebacker. So he's going to clean up a lot of that stuff.
I don't see bad this year, but I think next year it's going to be interesting on what they do with the draft because I think that they're going they're going to fix a lot of things that they're missing. Like, I don't see the Texans being a horrible team for the next couple of years. Honestly, their first pick next year, probably more than likely is going to be a defensive tackle.
I would say 3 technique will be your first pick. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
3 technique, then running back. And then what do you do? Whatever. I don't know what else I need.
Yeah, watch out for the freaking Texans, man. That's all I gotta say. Crazy. All right. Okay, Browns. Cleveland freaking Browns. What a roller coaster it's been. You guys are good. You guys are still dominating. Still blowing out teams. You're still being the Cleveland Browns that you've always been for the last couple of years. But despite having 5 freaking quarterbacks and also signing Joe Flacco towards the end, we thought it was the biggest. Like, what are y'all doing? Joe Flacco's old. He's 38 years old. He ain't gonna do nothing. What are you doing? And then he gets in there and he just takes him to the playoffs, and he looks hotter than most young QBs and goes 11-6. Which is crazy, right? I was like, damn, the dude still has it, right? Like, but then they had that big blowout where we just talked about to the Texans, which is like, what just happened? Because this entire season reflected on what you guys did, and then you come in and get blown out by the Texans. Not surprised. Again, Texans are good, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a blowout in a wild card spot. But hey, multiple weeks, you guys went with, Kevin Stefanski, who was named coach of the year, and defense coordinator Jim Schwartz, who was awesome, named head coach. And then yet Myles Garrett was defensive player of the year, with Flacco's comeback player of the year, which is amazing. Good for you guys. I love what the Browns are bringing, right? Browns, bringing in Flacco that end, because Deshaun Watson's health, who knows? And even if he has an arm still, has skills, I don't know. Watson is the biggest question I have for the Browns right now. If he comes back this year and lights up what he used to do for the Texans, good. But if not, that's a lot of money wasted. And we're going to see that for the next couple of years, and it sucks. But he started 12 games over the first 2 years being there with the Browns. Coming in, seeing them with the shoulder injury doesn't help either. So now they're like, well, what do? We brought in Jameis Winston, right? Which is crazy because I feel like Jameis Winston still can't do it. I don't know why, he was in New Orleans for so long. He needs to be somewhere else, and finally he found another home. So if we see Jameis Winston come in and light up, it wouldn't surprise me because he's done it before. Now, forget about 30 interceptions. Let's just not talk about it. Jameis Winston can't get it done. And I'm excited for him. But if Watson comes in and actually plays anytime decent, then that's fine. But the 3rd overall straight draft, Browns have not had a first-round pick, which is crazy. Because why? Because, again, let's go back to Deshaun Watson, the big problem child that you guys have. That has been the issue there since 2002. And then with the 6 draft picks of the Texans had 2002, 2003, and 2004, you guys managed to figure out what to do. And then the Browns with 4th-round pick in this year's draft, which is, probably gone. Well, what was gone. So it's like, what do we do? Let's trade for Jerry Judy. I don't know. But yeah, take it away with the draft picks that they started in the 2nd round here.
I mean, they started the 2nd round, which is interesting because they went defensive tackle Mike Hall Jr., which I thought was a bit of a reach, but cool, whatever. Then they went to round 3 and went Zach Zinter, which I love that pick. I thought that was a great pick because that's something they actually need for depth pieces as far as it goes. Then we went wide receiver Jamari Trash, then linebacker Nathaniel Watson, then Miles Harden at cornerback, and Jawan Briggs at defensive tackle for your 7th rounder. As far as all those, honestly, the only one who's in the top 2, a backup, is Nathaniel Watson and Zach Zinter. Mike Hall right now is still ranked number 3 on the depth chart.
Yeah. So. Rookie wise, they're not going to come in and do anything great. Sucks because that's what they needed. And then there's a lot of injuries too.
Yeah,
a lot of injuries.
Unbelievable. Can you believe? Was it Willis? Jedrick Willis is still on the PUP list. Jack Conklin, who is probably the best right tackle in all football, is still on the PUP list. Nick Chubb, through all this stuff they talking about, be ready week 1, is still on the pup list.
I knew that. I knew that was he. Look, despite
can
what
squat.
he just lifted, I don't care how much he can lift the house. He can lift the house. That is not. Look, and me, and Mark talked about this. Was it Mark or was it you? I can't remember. But we mentioned this. That dude could lift a house. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. But you go out there and you start moving and shifting and swinging your body around to make certain jukes, that's way different than lifting as much as you lifted. I get it. Like that's that your tendons move in certain ways.
Straight up and down. That's one thing. But if your kid leaves a toy on the floor, your knee might be gone. So like literally that shit side to side is totally different than that straight up and down.
Right. That's why it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be ready. He's over there lifting, freaking the entire country on his shoulder. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, stop. It's not the same when you get the ball and you shift left and then a split second because the linebacker's in your face. You got to go shift back to the right. That's different. Don't tell me it's the same because it's not. The shifting on your ligaments in your knees, like basically your entire leg, that's a lot of movement and a lot of pressure when you plant that leg on that one knee or on that one ankle. We'll see, but this is no surprise. If he starts week 1, I do not want to watch that. I don't want to watch it. I want to.
Why would you? But they wouldn't do that.
Not gonna happen.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared. I know, but I'm just saying, like week 1, week 2, week 3. I don't think he's gonna be ready anytime soon. They're
saying that Greg Newsome will be off the pup list before week 1. Dalvin Tomlinson will be off the pup list week 1. And one of those tackles going to be off the pup list. There's no way Nick Chubb should be off the pup list until at least week 5. But that's when you look at their depth chart. They got Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong, Deontay Foreman,
which is pretty much the main guy, I think, goal line wise.
Yep. So that's why they have all those guys. I think they brought 7 running backs into the camp. Is that right?
About right. I think there is 6 on the roster now, I think.
Cool. So they had Chubb, who's on the pup, and then Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong Jr., Deontay Foreman, who was a Bear last year, Aiden Robbins, we just talked about, Naeem Hines, and then the guy from Sailors, Jacob Sailors, all in camp.
Is Hines even healthy? I thought he was coming off a big injury too.
Hines is also on the pup list.
That's what I said. And not only that, but I already see that Strong and Foreman are questionable.
Yep.
They have all these running backs, but nobody's healthy. Jerome Ford.
I feel like this is like the Browns story. They've always had issue at running back, except for Nick, up until they lose him, and now they're crap.
So what do we do now? Yeah.
You run Robbins. Let's go, Aiden Robbins. Give it to the rookie. Why not?
Why not? They got talent everywhere else. Maybe they I don't even know what they're going to do with DTR, because teams are ringing off the hook looking for DTR.
Well, they're shopping.
He's not bad.
They're shopping him. They're taking the calls.
He's not bad.
But they said they want a 3rd-round pick.
Interesting.
You get a 3rd-round pick for DTR?
Might have to take.
That's a lot.
If they could swing it,
it gives you a solid backup.
I think he's good.
Matt Judon was a 3rd-round pick, and we know he's a star.
I know.
He's also 33.
But you don't know what DTR is.
But I feel like the quarterback is harder to acquire nowadays.
Very true.
And that position alone, even if it's backup or starting, still probably is valued higher than a
QBs nowadays.
In today's NFL,
you can't carry 4 quarterbacks. So they're not going to get rid of Tyler Huntley. Huntley's their backup plan after Jameis Winston. So what you going to do with DTR? Or are you going to carry 4 quarterbacks? You can't put him on a practice squad because the team will immediately sign him to your. So I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't know. And he looked pretty good.
He looked very good.
Oh, he's looked way better than Huntley.
So
Huntley's actually struggled.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
See, I don't know.
I cut Huntley.
Isn't it crazy that they went
I
from
honestly, I would too. I would tell Huntley keep DTR.
It's crazy how they went from like a quarterback issue for the past couple of years to having too much of a quarterback issue. Because any one of these guys can start.
Yeah.
I'd almost take DTR over. I mean, Winston's a heck of a motivational speaker when the game starts.
He is. Yeah, he got me hyped. I was listening to him. I was like, I was putting my
this
control
dude's
pads
going
on.
all in for a preseason game.
All I know is Jameis Winston is probably the most reliable here, so you can't get rid of him.
More than that, he's as far as just talent, raw talent. Jameis Winston has to be way, way up there. Arm talent, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks that like that. You just don't.
No.
You know?
The thing is, what are you going to trade DTR for, though? Because here's the thing. They have more than enough draft picks for next season, though.
Yeah.
They have like 10 or 11. Something like that. They have a lot. Draft picks is like either it's going to be like if they get another third, they're going to have a first, second, 2/3, a fourth, 4, 6.
I think it's 4 6 right now.
And 2 7s. Like they might as well get a third and a fifth. Like that way they could be in the 5th round and then trade up. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But it's going to be interesting if a team does acquire him because he's going to be a good backup. I think he's going to be a good backup.
All right. I have a question for you guys. So we all know the Browns have been having problems at quarterback their entire life of their franchise. Can you name? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks with at least 5 games played that have a winning percentage that have over 5 with at least 5 attempts of passing, at least 5 attempts. So I'm not a guy who came in and never through the ball. So there's only 6 quarterbacks.
I'm not even wasting my time. Nope. I mean, I could say
you can name some of them, but Baker is the one I thought first, right? Baker is at exactly 500%. He's exactly 500. So he's just right below. Can you name any of the other guys?
No, absolutely.
It's like all time or
no.
All time.
No. I'm not always.
One you should. One should be really easy. Last year.
Oh, Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is number 1 on the list.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. They were good with him, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Bernie
how about Kozar does not have a winning percentage. Wow.
Interesting.
2 of them are on the team right now.
I don't know. Again, I'm not going to waste
their starter, Deshaun
Watson's on.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun, because
but I feel like he hasn't even he hasn't even
67% percentage.
That's crazy.
7% of the time.
That's crazy. Because what I've been seeing, the Deshaun Watson sucks. But that's only because of the level I know what he's good at.
Because you know what he should be. He's not where he should be.
That's crazy. That's insane, man. I can't believe that. No way.
The other guy is DTR. That's why I brought this up. Because DTR also has a 67% winning percentage.
That's sad, man. This is sad. This is stupid.
Anyway, 2 or 3 games?
This is stupid. I can't believe this. This is stupid.
He's won 6 of 9.
Oh, interesting.
That's crazy. That is.
The other one no one will get is Brian Hoyer.
Oh, Brian Hoyer. Okay.
Wow.
Case Keenum.
Oh, Case Keenum.
And the last one is PJ Walker.
Get the hell out of here, bro.
PJ Walker.
Get out of here, bro. This is so stupid. This list is stupid. Why are we wasting
feel like most of the people on that list were on the team last year.
Oh, man.
All time, and all those guys played in the last 5 years.
Right.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
That just means that the defense is carrying that team.
This team. Okay, moving on. I don't want to talk about
to the schedule.
That sounds.
It's sad. Right. It makes you sad for that franchise, right?
Yes, because you're over here trying to get Deshaun Watson to do something when you over here getting Amari Cooper, we know what he's good, right? Mm-hmm. Elijah Moore, really good. But again, We don't know what he's gonna do. And then you ain't got Jerry Judy. On paper, that looks amazing 3 years ago.
He said 3 years ago.
Now we don't know what to expect.
Oh my god!
I'm still hoping Cedric Tillman does something good here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need Jerry Judy to Jerry Judy has probably been the biggest bust. I don't care. I think he's been the biggest bust receiver talent has been. Okay, and that's probably because of the situation he's been in. If Deshaun Watson doesn't step, I think that there's a possibility we see more out of Jerry Judy this year than he's ever done in Denver. That's sad. Elijah Moore, same. Amari Cooper has not been Amari Cooper since Dallas.
No, he was good last year.
But he was good last year with Joe Flacco.
But it was right. But it hasn't been like
same thing with Njoku. He was really good last year.
It wasn't like Amari Cooper. It was just like unsought for. Like it was just kind of like, okay, well, cool. I don't know if you had Amari Cooper on your rosters, you are the individual that know this, and you are the individuals that could probably see this. But for the rest of us who didn't have a share of Amari Cooper, we probably didn't even look as well.
Notice.
Exactly. That's my issue. This offense is in trouble with all these running backs getting all injured. It really is. Pierre is probably what? No, Pierre got here too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, questionable.
You gotta start with Aiden Robbins. Week 1. That's crazy.
Well, they got Jerome Ford still.
Jerome Ford is hurt too. So he's going to start by week 1, but he has an ankle injury that he will be he's nursing right now, but he will start week 1.
Interesting.
That's no, I can't with this team right now. Look, I think that this defense is so freaking good that it is almost unstoppable. It's almost unstoppable. Let's talk about it because I'm tired of this offense right now. I don't want to talk about this offense.
They're probably going to win games 3-6, 3-9.
This line's jacked up. Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing what he's been playing, and I don't know. I could almost blame Ken Dorsey for this. Maybe if I want to point the fingers, even Kevin Stefanski. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well,
but
it doesn't matter. There's one reason why this team's going to be good, and it's because of the jersey we have on. The best defensive player I've seen in a long time. The greatest defensive end in the last 15 years, Myles Garrett. He's literally the reason you have to triple team him every play. And he still makes enough plays. And he's still going to have over 15 sacks. That's how great he is, that he makes everyone around him that much better. He's literally the only reason why that the Cleveland Browns probably still win 9 or 10 games just because of him.
This defense is good. This defense can make it happen. When Dalvin Thompson, how long is Dalvin Thompson going to be out for?
A week or 2. He might start.
Okay. Shelby Harris and Zadarius Smith. They just got it because
Zadarius Smith is a man.
So these guys are amazing. That front line is amazing. Harris is good. I'm just looking at this line like, oh my gosh. This line is better than the Giants line, and the Giants line is upgraded amazingly.
Mike Hall is ranked top 5 defensive tackle, top 6 defensive tackle coming out of the draft. He can't even be a backup.
No, because he has to go start Jefferson. And right,
Quentin Jefferson is going to play every down. He's going to be switching in all the time. These guys are great.
Between Tomlinson, Jefferson, and Shelby, that's going to be a 3-man rotation. It's going to be crazy between those 3. And then you got Jock, JOK
tackling machine.
Yeah, Jeremiah Cormora is amazing. Then you got who's right next to him? Jordan Hicks. Who's right next to him?
Oh, Devin Bush.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just think about this. That's crazy. Then they went out and got Nathaniel Watson, right? So we'll see what he's about. But that's crazy. That's just the front 7. That's not even okay. Denzel Ward
is still great.
Juan Thornhill and freaking Emerson, and then
Greg Newsome.
Whenever Greg Newsome comes back.
Whenever that happens.
What? How are you gonna run or even throw on this team?
So you don't have enough time to throw. So when you do throw, It's going to be
It's gonna be
intercepted.
one-
They don't have to worry about
Right,
double
right.
moves. Like double moves, someone's going to be at the quarterback by then. So they just go for the first move and jump all the routes because they
Yeah.
know how good the defensive line is.
The thing is,
Jim
Ward
Schwartz
is
is still
going to-
there, so
what?
get to dial it up. Jim Schwartz, the defense coordinator.
Blitz,
Yeah.
Mr. Blitz.
Yep.
Yeah, look, Denzel Ward's gonna lock it up. Emerson's gonna lock it up. So that means the slot probably gonna be up the middle, right?
Yep.
And who's there? Juan Thornhill. Like that dude is like a magnet. He will bat it down most of the time. He'll catch himself an interception. But when he was at Kansas City, he was pretty much the main DB back there. And Kansas City's defense have sucked for the last couple of years. But because of him, they were actually pretty good. I don't know what they're gonna do. What offense is gonna do to try to disrupt this offense? But there's only a few quarterbacks in the league that can do it, and I don't know. I don't know. Like the Browns' defense is so good. That's their biggest threat, that they score touchdowns or make it happen to enough where the defense can just, or the offense can just kick it in.
You guys know I'm a Chicago guy, right? It's like the Chicago defense when the offense was terrible and the defense was scoring more points than the offense. There's going to be games where I honestly believe this defense will score more points than the offense.
Yeah,
See it.
probably. I could see that. Okay, let's pull up the schedule, right? Now with the Browns starting off with the Dallas Cowboys. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be like a key marker right there.
Only because Dallas won't have their guys yet. So I don't know. Is that the only reason? That probably the only reason. I think Dallas would usually.
It's because it's going to. And the only reason I say that is because it's going to be who has the better defense here. I'm probably going to say the Browns.
Yeah.
But the offense is slightly better in Dallas. So.
But is the offense that they're putting on the field week one going to be slightly better?
That's
no running backs. The top two receivers could be gone.
Yeah.
Offensive line. I mean, they're rookies, so we'll see.
I kind of want to give it to
Cleveland. Rookies
here.
going up against Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I give it to Cleveland here week one.
Yeah,
so which is pretty much easy because that game right there. After that, you got the Jags, the Giants, the Raiders, the Commanders, and then like
so it's 5-0. 1, 2, 3,
yeah, and then you got the Eagles who could probably be a loss, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals probably maybe a loss, just because in division and we don't know what their offense is going to be like. I'm assuming their guys should be back by then.
Yeah, they will be.
By Ravens. So those 2 weeks we'll see a full offense from the Browns.
But it's at home. Both those
That's what I
games
said. It's at home, so I give them the edge.
So I still think they split with the Ravens, the Bengals and the Steelers, as they usually normally do anyways.
I probably have them all splitting too.
So yeah. And then you got the Chargers, who I don't know yet.
Yeah.
They're kind
not
of
sure
what they're gonna do. We know they're gonna run a lot, assumingly. But he likes his quarterback, and we've said that like multiple times. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. We'll see. That's gonna be an interesting game. But I still think they win that one. And then a nice week 10 bye here, nice in the middle. I like that. That's probably my second favorite week to have a bye week. So should be interesting. So for the first 9, what do you guys have?
7-2.
Okay.
7-2. Yeah,
I can see 6-3. I can say
I don't want to be that high. They'll probably find a way to not win a game. They'll probably look like 10-7.
I
can see 6-3, but so that's why there's ways.
Like I'm not going to discredit Jacksonville week 2. It's at Jacksonville.
What's crazy is I almost see 7 wins.
7-2.
Yeah, and that's because it's a lot of home games.
No, I agree. Well, that's why I was like at 8-1.
That's a possibility too.
But I'm like, that seems really hard.
I don't think so because of the back end of this.
I can see 8-1, but on the back end, I only have them winning 11 overall.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. Like they could start
back
really
end of the
hot.
schedule is a rough.
Yes. After the bye week, which I agree with you, Mark, they could go 8 wins. They can go 8 wins before the bye week, but then after the bye week, it's a little rusty. Because they probably beat the Saints. Awesome. Do they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers? Yeah, maybe. Then the Broncos, yes, but I think they lose every freaking game afterwards.
Yep,
after week 13
as well.
So, do they get into the playoffs? Yes, because I'm sitting at 10.
I'm at 10.
Okay. I'm also at 10.
10? 10?
Yep.
Okay. Anthony, is that before or after the draft? Because I see you're 8. Okay, with injuries, I'm thinking so Zion says 10 plus now, but let's see the schedule. Okay. See, they could win almost 11, but I see 10, yes.
Yeah, I have 11, but I'm like, they'll probably lose one game that they should.
So 10 is fair. Okay. Yep. I say 10. It seems like average is 10. So let's just go with 10.
Yep.
And I'm not hating that. This defense is so good, and I think they could do it. Like, why not? It's the biggest question is going to be what Deshaun Watson brings. What does Jameis Winston brings? What does DTR bring? Or hell, what does even Huntley bring? Any one of those guys can still produce numbers. But it's the 2 tackles that have to come back and the running backs. That's the biggest issue for me of those guys. But again, if they have enough time, all 4 of those guys can run or get it done on a rush and get it to those 3 main receivers. 4, really. So I still see this team still making a splash here. So let's add that 10 here at the Cleveland Browns, which finalizes all our teams, and we can move on Wednesday. And
you don't have a record for the Dolphins?
What?
Yeah, he does. It's 11.
Yeah, that's 11.
Oh, is it? Well, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's 11.
Maybe I'm doing it.
So that's it. That's
I am blind. It blended in with the buildings.
Oh, my bad.
I can see the 11 now, but when I first looked at it, I just saw Miami with the buildings.
I could make it bigger.
There is an 11. I do see it.
Is that better? All right, so that's it. Wednesday we'll be giving out our jersey, and Wednesday we'll be talking about the finalizer. We'll make our brackets for this team. It should be an interesting one. So hopefully Mark, you can make it. If Mark, you can't make it, it's fine. I'll be making that list, and the way we do the draft or the raffle for the jersey is pretty interesting. It worked out last time. We're gonna do it again.
We do tanks.
Tanks? No,
he's doing
I'm doing something else. Don't worry about what I do. Don't worry about
what I do.
Look, it's gonna be fun. All right, I liked it last time, and it's gonna be the same way I'm gonna do it. I thought it was enjoyable. But no. But yeah, so this division right here, they are really close. We have the Ravens at 12, the Bengals at 10.5, and then with the Steelers and the Browns at 10, which is one more game from what they did last year.
It's just one more game. It's one less for the Ravens, and then one more for everybody else.
So it's pretty damn near close. So the AFC North is probably the division to watch.
We have one left. The Browns had 11 wins.
You're right. The Browns did have 11 when they finished. Yep.
It's pretty close by one game, give or take each team. Because I think the Bengals had 9?
10.
Yeah. So we'll have this team division prediction on it. We'll do our playoff chart Wednesday. So that's going to be a tough one. I don't like it because I know at some point we argue over at what team we think will win. But then sometimes we have an easy bracket. So this is going to be an interesting one. I wonder if we should start early for that one.
You could, because I mean, look at it. I mean, it's the NFC is going to be tough. I mean, that last slide in NFC, you can convince me it's any of them. You can convince any of those guys at the last slide.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I really can't. I mean, you got NFC, you got the Eagles, Lions, Cowboys, San Francisco.
Yep.
That's the top part. That's our top 4. Followed by a easy Seahawks, easy Green Bay.
Chicago.
Chicago's not that far either. Yeah, 9,
and Tampa Bay.
9.
And Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So, and then the Falcons and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's gonna suck. I don't like it. I hate it, but at the same time, we're almost at right. So hopefully Aaron Rodgers doesn't screw us again. Because damn, he messed up a lot of people's brackets. So yeah. All right.
That's
Sunday.
Yeah.
Interesting episode. Thanks guys for coming in. You guys have anything else?
No, I mean, this is going to be fun, guys. Once again, this is my public service announcement. Practice what you're going to do for Sundays. This is preseason for all of us. Practice on your food orders. Practice on your pizza, your cookouts. Talk to your kids. Don't just leave your kids. Talk to them. Let them know that you love them still and will love them Monday and through Wednesday and then Friday and Saturday. And then don't bother you on Thursday and don't bother you on Monday. If you do those things and then Monday night don't talk to them, you could be good. You'll still be a good dad by preparing them. That's
Jesus. Guys, this is the Morning Spike here on the Dynasty Pylon Show. We are going to be here every Sunday and Wednesday for sure, giving all the fantasy news and fantasy advice, and please, it is going to be a little bit struggle for me, but I do believe these gentlemen will be here. I might take a break for a little bit. I understand. I know it's crazy. Beginning of the season, it should be, but I might take a break for a little bit. So maybe just a week or two. But I'll try and look at the Discord today. I know there is some in here that I already missed, which is my bad because I did answer some last Sunday and then I kind of left it for the whole week. And now I see rosters in here. I see Jonathan in here. I see Anthony here. I will get to those here after the show. I gotta have a better way to check these. You know what? I'm gonna add this to my email list to just
give you alerts.
Yeah. No, because the alerts are on. I have to have like it emailed so I can look at it. So I'm sorry, guys, but I will look at Jonathan. I'll look at this team here that you did on Underdog, if it's a C+ or not. And then Anthony, why are you still using Yahoo, man? Come on, man. I see you transition to Sleeper on one of your leagues, but one of these leagues is Yahoo. Get out of here, bro. Get that net. You know better. But guys, I'll see you.
Wait. I do want to say, guys, so Jamar Chase did practice with the Bengals today. So Jamar Chase will be getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals. He will be there week 1. There won't be a contract holdout for Jamar Chase. So that was a big thing coming out. I saw that popped up on.
What's up,
all right, CD, I need you to follow suit. Let's go.
CD, I don't see it.
I don't either.
But Tuesday, I will still be going through the hard knocks. We got 2 episodes left of the Bears, and then we'll be getting ready for the season. And then also during the year, I will be looking at all waiver wire pickups. We'll make sure that's already ready to go for you guys. That will be the first thing we do as soon as we go on Tuesday, and then we'll transition to some Bears talk after that. But
yeah. All right, guys, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We will see you on Tuesday with Brian. And then
Wednesday with us.
With our shenanigans. So yeah.
Jersey giveaway. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Later. Anything else, Mark? You got?
No. Sorry to give away a jersey on Wednesday.
All right. Later. Bye.